Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about owing IRS back taxes. I worked at IRS for 10 years, a decade. I've been in private practice for 40 years. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I've been on national TV many times. Many of you have seen me on TV and come to my channel. You can go to my website at 777irs.com. You can see many of my news interviews on ABC, NBC, Fox Business a couple times. What the hell is it? Just a bunch. Newsmax, News Nation. There's a couple of them there I put on my website. Anyway, I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff, and yeah, if anyone tells you that to do anything different than I or gives you any other information, one of two things exist. They're either lying to you or they don't know what they're doing. Probably they don't know what they're doing. When you owe back taxes, I worked for IRS. I was a revenue officer, and I collected back taxes for IRS. I have been doing this for 50 years. I've worked thousands of cases, and here's what you need to know if you owe back taxes for IRS. You always want to know how long your statute remaining on the case. You always want to know what your statute is. That's a very, very critical. Always you need to know, because you have to plan. You have to plan at the end of the day exactly. You have to plan what you need to do with the remainder of that time. Sometimes you want to work a case one way or you want to work a case other. The other thing you need to know, file all your tax returns. Always file your tax returns no matter what. Because if you don't file them, IRS may look at your case differently, and IRS may take a little more enforcement action when you're not compliant. So you always want to make sure you're current. The other thing that's important to know is this: IRS always wants to look at a current financial statement. What is a current financial statement? It means one that's 6 months old. That's it. IRS wants to look and evaluate generally two things. They want to look at your assets that you have, and they want to look at your income and expenses. They want to know if you're living beyond the IRS means. What's the IRS means? The IRS means is based on the Department of Labor findings and statistics. And if you want to know what those are, for IRS, they're called the IRS National Standards. If you're going to do this yourself and you don't know what the IRS National Standards is, do not call the IRS, because you're going to get a real haircut. You're going to get a real haircut that day. The IRS National Standards is so tight that the average person can hardly live on those. If you want to know what I mean, go to the IRS National Standards for 4 categories: housing and utilities, IRS National Standards for housing and utilities, IRS National Standards for car payments, and IRS National Standards for car expenses. You will see that these are the only expenses that IRS is going to allow you to live on. So anyway, IRS will, once they evaluate that financial statement, they will close your case one of 3 ways. They will either put you in a currently non-collectible, they will put you into a payment agreement, or you may be able to file for an offer and compromise. Sometimes they tell you, sometimes they don't. But those are the 3 landing spots for your case, and your financial statement goes ahead and will help make IRS make that determination for you. You want to get a hold of me, you can do that anytime. My information is below. Give me a subscription. I have about 2,000 other videos. I go into detail on a bunch of things. Thank you very much for listening. Remember, make sure you file all your tax returns and you stay current on your withholding or your estimate payments. It'll go a long way with IRS. Thank you.